nice little cruise through.
Just one of the greats.
Right.
One of the greats.
And definitely making his presence felt in hip hop. Behind the scenes, in front of the camera, behind the stuff that we read via XXL and MTV. Notorious and notable things about him, and he's taking us through the
Southside Jamaica, Nicki Minaj,
right.
A lot of people, man. Lost Boys, 50 Cent, G.U. and all them, not too far from here. Onyx. We got a wealth. We got a wealth of hip hop luminaries from this area. Let me just be clear, it's global right now, you know, like, although New York gets the credit for it being the home of it, hip-hop has traveled to the South, it's traveled to the West Coast, it's traveled to the Midwest, it left America, it's in Africa, it's in Asia, it's in Europe, it's all over. I guess in a sense, New York is still a mecca because this is where most of the media is located, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, anybody that, if you really want to pop off in hip-hop, you still got to come through New York, no matter what, you got to come through. Hip-hop, that's definitely the lifestyle, man. You know, it's movements, it's different movements within the culture, but, you know, it's definitely the lifestyle. Definitely the lifestyle. I feel like I am hip-hop because, you know, I lived it. A lot of the kids that's coming up now, they hip-hop. They embody hip-hop because, you know, it's their culture. They growing up in it. But, you know, it's been around forever. Dolomite and them was rapping back in the days. You know, when he used to do the Signifying Monkey, that's like in the early 70s. So, you know, he was rapping
way down in the jungle.
Yeah. You look at some of their styles and whatnot. Their fly look. They had a hip hop swag to them. They just didn't call it that back then. But you know, you look back at it and you could definitely see the influences. As far as being MCs or being producers or with the dance or with even the graffiti, with the fashion, like we all take from each other. We all inspired by the previous generation. And then, you know, the creative people, the people that's fortunate enough to be in the forefront of the culture, they put their little switch to it and you know, it constantly evolves, man. And then it constantly comes back in a cycle. I don't want to say it's been wrongly classified. It's in the same family. You know, hip-hop, that's the culture, and rap is the music. We have one, it's called Democrats. Yeah, you know, that's what we rocking with, the Democratic Party. I don't think you'll see a hip-hop political party, but, you know, you definitely will see somebody, Democrat or Republican, that's been influenced, because it's no way that you can escape the culture. I'm not saying that it's strictly on the hip-hop community that Barack got in the office, but we had a big hand in it, and it just shows you that when we come together as a community, we can change the world. We actually can change the world. We actually have power to do whatever's on our agenda. So, like just how Ronald Reagan made that transition from being an actor to the president. Schwarzenegger was an actor to being the governor. A lot of these people, MCs, record executives, producers, DJs, are highly intelligent. You know, these people have great business minds. These people are social analysts. And there's no reason why somebody that's prevalent in the community couldn't run for office one day. I definitely expect it. When you talk about defining moment in hip-hop, I can't just pick one. There's a lot, man. There's so many defining moments. When NWA released Straight Outta Compton, when Dr. Dre put out The Chronic, when there's just so many. When Nas dropped the Illmatic, when I saw Eric B and Rakim rock their first gold chain, when crack hit the neighborhood. You know, it's so many defining moments in hip hop. You know, on a sad note, I'll say that the death of Biggie and Tupac, you know, two of our greatest, if not the two greatest talented MCs that we've ever had. You know, Tupac was definitely such a social leader, and his impact, along with Biggie's, is immense. And I just don't think we've missed the influence of their art on us, but we've also missed their leadership socially. See the culture just being more influential. It's gonna be more powerful. Like I said, eventually somebody from the culture is gonna take the White House. Somebody from the culture is gonna take other seats in power too across the globe. You know, it's not like somebody in Europe is not gonna be influencing hip hop and be a part of parliament or something like that. Like, they might not sell records anymore. It might be something where you gotta kind of give the records away for free and, you know, buy a ticket to the concert or something like that. They're gonna figure that out. And, you know, I would read these stories and they wasn't telling the stories correctly, so I felt like I needed to get into journalism and kind of be the voice or help these guys who I love, whose music is touching my soul, help them express themselves in the correct fashion.
You wrote a love letter to hip hop. What would the opening line read?
The opening line would be, thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything. What are your most favorite memorable moments in hip hop?
Getting in advance of Biggie Life After Death.
That's when the holes were punched in the back of the CD.
Yeah, back of the CD. Yeah, so you know, still being heartbroken that my favorite artist was gone, but being so excited to hear his masterpiece, it turned out to be my favorite album ever, period. So I was excited about that. Watching Yo MTV Raps and seeing California for the first time through television with Fat Five Freddy. Went out to interview NWA when they was on that flatbed truck, and they went to the swap meet and stuff like that. And, you know, just seeing the power of television where, you know, at a certain point I wasn't able to travel, but through hip hop and through television, I was able to see my cousins and my brothers and my sisters, you know, in different parts of the country. MTV Raps, just the whole show, period. And I feel like I am hip hop because, you know, I lived it. A lot of the kids that's coming up now, they hip hop. They embody hip hop because, you know, it's their culture. They're growing up in it. And it's an indestructible force.